Mercury 135 Optimax. Definitely heating or overheating, and it'll only go to idle because of the Guardian system that's protecting the engine. So what I'm going to do is I've already replaced the thermostats in here, replaced the sensors, and now what I'm going to do is replace the Popet valve. And the Popet valve is going to be located right down in here, and as you're facing the back of the engine, it's going to be the right side here, just so you can see. And I'm going to have to take this electronic stuff off here so I can get down to the valve. Alright, going to have to disconnect the electrical stuff here, and so we can get that off. I don't have everything out, but all that fucking wiring, you got to disconnect it and then get down in there. You can see it down in there, right there. You see a little screw head there. So I got some work to do here. I finally gotten everything out of the way. Make a few notes to you. This fuel injector rail, don't loosen it up, it won't be able to come out. But you can see down in there, there is the Popet valve. Right there. I have access to all the bolt holes, and this is sort of what it'll look like. Alright folks, I've been able to get a socket wrench in there, and I've been able to disassemble or just remove the Popet valve from its location. You can see it's kind of loose right there. You can see inside there. I am going to have to take off this hose right here. And so I can take it out. The key thing here is the Popet valve's a full assembly, so take that hose off, the full assembly. You can see it right there. Alright folks, got the Popet valve off. Just an initial inspection on this. Notice that the cork gasket did break and it is stuck to the engine. Okay, laying everything out here on a towel on the kitchen table. I've got all my brand new OEM Quicksilver parts to rebuild this. Okay, first thing I did is match up the gaskets with. Okay folks, I've disassembled the valve. You simply turn this screw here, and then the Popet valve itself will unscrew from this black thing right here, and then it comes off. You can see the screw hole down in there. And so now if I determine what's gone wrong here, possibly, is now I do notice on the outside of this you can see a clear ring here, that it is seating. But the problem that I had is that's supposed to lift on and off, and it wouldn't lift apart. It wouldn't come apart. It was stuck on there. So due to that, I think my Popet valve was stuck and stay at idle. So I'm going to clean this up now and rebuild it, and I'll let you know. This carrier you're going to have to take. Now, to get it out of there, it's kind of pressed in there. I don't know how hard it is to take out, but just be aware of that. You may want to leave this piece in and just put this new one here in. If yours looks good, maybe leave it in to avoid that problem. Okay, I just put the new seal in there. And one thing I wanted to let you know is be careful when you put it in so it doesn't drop down into the engine. You may want to stuff something in there that you can take out with a little tool, a little pulling tool. Maybe just stuff a little piece of cloth in there or something so it doesn't fall down in there. I stuffed something in there, and I use this little tool with a hook to pull it out. Okay folks, I have my fully assembled valve here. I'm about to put the valve on the engine. I put my bolts in order here. Alright, I'm about to put on the valve. Make sure you check your cork gasket on there. I can see in a corner that you can't see from here, it's way up in there, that there's a little bit of cork where the gasket seats, and that's going to of course cause a leak. So alright folks, having a hard time putting that black valve in that hole down there and getting it lined up. So I'm going to try this little twisty. I'm going to put that on there just temporarily. Once I get it in there and just barely get the thread started on these two bolts on the ends, Then I'm going to cut that twist tie off and then go the rest of the way down. Okay, poppet valve was replaced, and now the engine's been running for about 15 minutes and no more steam all over the place. Just good exhaust right there. That's it. Right.